It's a beautiful day. You can continue watching what was basically the finale of my trip. I would assume that will be in this section. So just continue supporting the channel. I'm very grateful for all the subs. It's amazing. I didn't get many views on the last couple of videos. The one that was popular was the actual market. So as a creator, I have no idea what people are going to watch. So they loved the local market one I did, which is a real sleeper for me. But the other two, they think suck. So, but people kept subscribing, so thank you very much for that. A few more comments would be nice. I don't even look at the thumbs up, to be quite frank, but if you can do that, I guess that's good too. But thanks for supporting the channel, and hope you enjoy the last instalment of my trip to Vietnam. Well, I know not to rely fully on Grab again. What happened last night was just weird. I just got a white screen. I probably already mentioned this, so I'm probably covering old ground here, but I can't remember what I actually said last night. But yeah, I just had a white screen rather than anything else. No other identification at all on Grab. It was just doubt. So I had to get a cab, and I paid through the nose for it, $200. Ridiculous. And it was a Grab cab. Whether it was a real Grab cab, who knows? It probably wasn't. It's probably some scammers. They had a meter, but it was probably cooked so that it actually turns over faster. Again, who knows? But I got home, so I suppose that's important. But really, it's yeah, I'll just have to find another. There are probably other rideshare apps I could use as a backup. I think that might be the way to go. But I'm almost thinking, I don't know if I want to even go down to District 1 again, except to go back home. So well, look, I'll just see how I feel. I also lost my red cap. I might have left it at number 5 bar on the actual bar itself. One of the hassles of drinking so much in happy hour. So I've got to find another hat, and they don't seem to be selling those caps at the co-op. They were last time I was here, but not this time round. So yeah, I just that's something I've got to look into today. Get a cap, because I don't have the hair cover to basically protect me from the sun, so it's a practical thing. Luckily there's a bit of shade here at the moment, so I won't have to go out in the sun much. Hopefully there's shade over there. We'll just see. Don't want to be out there. No, I'll be protected there too. We've got the awning, so it should be fine over at Far Vietnam. So, all right, we'll get some food into me and see how I feel. But oh boy, it's busy. It's so early. I wonder why it's so busy. I could sit over there, I guess. Oh, that's all right. Yeah, run up the back here. A little bit of light here. A bit more shade. Don't want to be in the sun, so I might. Sit here. Yeah, we can sit here and wait for them to clean this table, or I might have to. Okay. Well, mission accomplished. I got the new hat. Oh, you can't see it. I can turn it around and show it to you. There you go. There's my new hat. That one was the expensive one. This was 88, I think. The other one, which is exactly the same design, just a different dye, just a dark blue one, 66. So they're doing the same sort of crazy differential pricing again. So, but the main thing is I had them. I couldn't see them because they just put them sort of on the top of a number of aisles, just a couple of aisles where the clothes were. So with my crappy eyesight, I couldn't see them. So I actually asked, and the woman kindly directed me to them. So that's good, because I thought they might be out of stock, but it's the sort of thing you reckon you'd sell all the time. So I'd be very surprised if they don't continually have this one in stock, and they do. and same prices. So I mean the 88 one is about $5, still about half what you pay at Kmart, and the other ones maybe close to about $3.50, $4, pretty cheap, and they're just the same as the one you get in Oz. Well, it's Friday and I'm a bit sore in the throat. It's happened again, the traditional departing cold from Saigon. It's amazing how many times this occurs, and it's about the last week of each trip and it's happened again. I'm not feeling too bad, but it might turn for the worse, so we'll just have to see. I don't know if I'll bother going down to the bar today. So that's a bit of a worry. Had a very, very strong thunderstorm last night, quite intense. And you can still see the aftermath, there's quite a bit of rain. Although a lot of it wasn't showing on the radars. It was interesting that eventually it did, but the initial showers weren't showing. So, you know, I guess it depends how they calibrate it, what level of showers that they're trying to detect. But yeah, it wasn't totally detected. So anyway, I'm going to get my bang me. That'll make me feel a bit better. And what was the other thing I was going to mention? Oh, we did have something else I wanted to say too, but of course, being the befuddled 69-year-old that I am, it's passed me by, but I'll remember it. That shower, that's what it was. Yeah, the shower this morning was really had virtually no pressure, and it's funny because the shower the previous day was the best I've had since being here. So that's typical too. I mean, it's just, I'm used to that down here. The inconsistency with water pressure and heat and what have you with showers. I mean, overall, I'd say it's a fairly good shower compared to most of the ones I've encountered here. So. But that was, it's quite a stark contrast today. But at least I got myself showered. You do need to shower here because it can be quite humid. Same as Cairns in summer. So it's quite warm. I think the forecast yesterday, they said it felt like 41 degrees. It was about 38, but felt like 41. So that's, yeah, it's fairly warm. I can handle it okay because I'm used to this sort of weather these days. But yeah, we'll see. Anyway, I'm looking forward to this bang me. That'll go down well. And I'm not feeling too bad, as I said, but if I don't pick up, I don't know if I'll bother going to number 5 bar, because going to a bar, you got even more chance of picking up other bugs. So don't know if it's a smart move. Plus the fact you might give someone else what you've got. So probably not the best thing, and I might go to the local one, but I don't know. I might just... I'd like to go out, but I've got to be sensible about it too. And I've had a fairly good run with the bar anyway. It's not like it's... I've had some good nights, and that's all you can really ask for, I think. So, you know, the trip's been a success just because it's got me out of Cairns. It's changed my pattern. So... like a trip down to Melbourne would be a good thing for me later in the year, because again, just gets you into a new location. Although I've been there before, obviously, at least it's a change, and that is a good thing to do. So maybe I'll do more frequent short trips. I don't know, but I think a month is quite good. I mean, I could have made it even shorter, to be quite frank, but I'm not regretting having to go home soon, so that's good. It's I think the month was a good move, and thank God I didn't do 6 weeks, because I was talking to a friend he's going to England, and I think he was going to go for about 8 weeks, and he sort of said to me, I don't know if I should have done that, or maybe I should have made it a shorter trip. So I know what he's talking about. Well, it's my last Saturday here, and made a big mistake last night. It was a sensible move not going to number 5 bar, because I was feeling a bit croaky, so that was a smart move. But the dumb move was to basically go and buy something different when I got my extra beer late at night, which I probably shouldn't have had anyway. I'd already had 4 cans and I got up to 6, so probably 4 would have been enough. But anyway, I did do that, and I bought what is called dried squid, which sounds different, doesn't sound particularly volatile, but it certainly was volatile and caused me major issues. It's squid jerky, nowhere near as nice as beef jerky in my opinion. And the other thing is that it was laced with chili, absolutely laced with. I probably should have stopped eating it after I noticed that, and I paid dearly after eating it. So yeah, so it's just cautionary tale there. So that was not smart. So unfortunately, yeah, I'm feeling very sweaty this morning. I don't know if that's partially due to what happened last night. It's like my far bow. But I'm feeling a bit better in the throat at least, so that's the good news. So maybe the cold was a very short-term one. I did get a bit of phlegm a couple of days ago, which is not a good sign generally. It looked like it might have been infected, which means I could have been getting quite ill, but I don't think that's the case. So might have dodged the bullet there, so that's good news. So I'm planning on going back to number 5 on Sunday, because that's when they got the band on, and that might be my last time there. It just depends. I might front up again on Wednesday, but we'll see. Play that by ear. And hopefully there's a place to sit round here. It was very busy last time I came here. Yesterday didn't seem so bad, but the Thursday it was packed out for some reason. No, it looks okay. It's busy, but it's fairly busy. But there is an extra table here, so that's good. Okay, no, that's fine. Well, it's Saturday night in D7. I'm just heading off to a Speakeasy bar, see if I can actually get a game of pool. It'd be interesting because I've only played 2 games there this whole trip. This is my last Saturday, and wasn't up to going to number 5. I'll wait till tomorrow and hopefully I'll be okay. Still got a bit of a cough, so I'm not 100%, but I'm feeling better than I did yesterday, so fingers crossed I'm on the mend. And I can go and head over there tomorrow. I sort of get a bit sick of doing the old grab bike thing all the time anyways. It's nice to just sort of wander to a local pub where I just walk to, so I don't have to go through any of that hassle. There's a lot of cars here. Well, I suppose it is Saturday night, so I'm just got to keep my wits about me, because there could be a few pissed people on motorbikes too. And that wound is taking a while to heal on my leg, so I just got to. There's a guy coming by now. Okay. Oh, well, so far so good. I'm on the right side of the road now, so that's the good thing. Yeah, just need to get out and about. I mean, no point me being over here if I don't get out of the room and do stuff that I can't do back home. And one of the things I can't do is I can go to a pub on Saturday if I wanted to, but it'd be a half-hour walk back from the closest pub, so it's not exactly. This one's only a 5-minute walk, so it's a bit closer, a bit more convenient. So, a few people out and about on Saturday. People are creatures of habit. Well, I am too, for that matter, so I can't really point the finger. But as far as going out to the bar is concerned, I just go out when I feel like it. I find the best nights are Wednesdays and Sundays, because they've got the band on. And they've still got that Filipino band with the saxophonist, so it'd be interesting seeing them again. They weren't as good as last time because the they didn't feature him as much. Now, it could be a bit of jealousy within the band, who knows, but yeah, he's extremely talented. Could be all the Koreans. Anyway, almost there, just one more door down and that's it, because I always make the fatal mistake of walking straight past because it's so damn close.
Well, I'm sucking on an anti-cold, so I guess you can figure out my cold isn't over yet. However, I got a lot more sleep last night than the previous night, much better. I woke up about 1:30, got a bit of a coughing fit. Took a Ventolin and an anti-cold, and seemed to be over it. A bit disappointing about not being able to play pool yesterday, but you know, that's fate, I guess. I can't have everything. I actually did a search on the apartments in the area, and I found one that's a possibility. The only downside with this apartment complex is that they have small rooms, but I might just check it out, just see what it's like. I might do an Agoda or Booking.com search as well. Let's see what's around. You've got to use different parameters to find every listing, because yeah, the way the search engines work's a bit quirky. So I've learned through experience you have to change the terms you use for searching. Put in, like, just you're looking for apartments, you use the word apartment as opposed to apartments, you can get different results. It's crazy. It's just a pluralization, but you'd think the thing would be smart enough. If we're going to have AI, surely AI would understand that they're pretty well the same thing. But anyway, so yeah, I'm just sucking down on an anti-cold. Smart move to actually pack about three different anti-cold containers together. Is a 3-pack I bought at the supermarket. I've been about at least halfway through one of them, but I've still got the other two, and I'm going to need them by the looks of things. Like I say, for some reason, well, I think I can surmise what the reason is why I get a cold at the end of every Vietnam trip, is because I have a different lifestyle. I go to bars and I mix with people a lot more, so I guess there's a greater chance of contagion. That makes sense. So I'm just heading to get my banh mi hayo today, and I'm going to check out the food store that's next door to it, or pretty close to it anyway, just see if there's anything interesting there. I mean, it would be great if they had goi kuum, the spring rolls, but they're almost impossible to get these days. Just got to go to a market. It's a bit of a shame. There used to be a chain called Pho 24, I think it was called, which is out of business, unfortunately, and you could buy it there. Buy them there, but they're not in operation anymore. And businesses come and go all the time over here. Nothing unusual at all with that. Anyway, my last Sunday in Vietnam until next year, maybe, if I make that trip. I have paid for one of the tickets. I have paid for a Brisbane to Ho Chi Minh ticket, so I can change the date and the destination of that particular flight though. And things have changed with Indonesia, I don't know if you know, but now you can actually travel to Indonesia visa free. So that's a big change, and it means that it makes it practical again to fly from, say, Cairns to Denpasar in Bali. Yeah, it's Friday, yeah, around 9 o'clock, a bit warmer. Yeah, I didn't take the camera yesterday to number 5 bar, but it was incredibly empty when I turned up about 5:15. really quiet. It's quite warm and sunny today. Haven't been having a slow start today because just haven't been feeling great. The cough keeps coming occasionally. It's actually not too bad now, but I had a bit of a coughing fit around 5:30 and woke up. And yes, the gastro as well, a little bit of that. So not tip-top shape at the moment, but I'll still go to Pho Vietnam, get myself the Pho bar. Maybe the flank today rather than the number 9 selection that I've been going with. There's a lot of bones in it, so I don't know. See how I feel. Anyway, I bought a couple of lady drinks for my for Fawn, who's my preferred bar girl, and also one other as well. So I bought 3 lady drinks last night. I think it's cost me about $700. So that was a relatively expensive night, but it's a quiet night for them, so they would have appreciated any lady drinks they could get. But the Vietnamese guys there have been there since 3 o'clock in the afternoon, just when it opened. I was pretty pissed by the time I got there. And they were actually handing the girls some cash as well as getting lady drinks. So they did okay out of them, but it was just very quiet. They still had the band on. That didn't seem to drag in that many people. It was just like a dozen, maybe a couple of dozen people in the whole bar, I'd say, patrons. And I found out that Fon has actually had a falling out with John, the American, but she wouldn't tell me what it was about. So interesting. I have no idea what the nature of their altercation was, but it didn't seem super happy with him. Well, something happened. I'm in a bit of a panic mode right now. I've got to go to the Vietjet booking office in near Turtle Lake, which is back in District 1. I've tried calling them. I just can't work out how to make a phone call. You have to dial 0. I just finally got that sorted, but the number wouldn't connect in any case. So I'm having no luck getting through on the phone. So I'm going to have to turn up there in person, because I checked my booking for my return flight and there's just nothing there. It said it's just not a valid number or hasn't been paid, which is total crap, because I've got the printed out receipt for it. So the last thing I want to do is just turn up to the airport this Thursday and discover that I don't have a seat on the plane. I want to do something to get onto it today. If I have to book another ticket, so be it. But the worst case scenario would be to turn up and just find out you haven't got a seat on the plane and you're stuffed. At least I've got a few days grace here before the flight. So not what I wanted to find out, but I've got to do something quickly to hopefully salvage something from this and get my seat back to Australia, because I've got a connecting flight in Sydney as well. So it's just a real pain in the arse all round. Anyway, look, I'll get a grab to that particular part of the city and see if we can get this sorted. They've had decent customer service at least, so hopefully they'll be helpful. Just getting stupid messages on the screen of this damn phone, this thing. Okay, anyway, look, I'll report back to you, see how we go. Oh, well, that was a huge relief. I went in there and it was a very simple thing. For some reason, I don't know why I couldn't get that booking, but at least she confirmed that everything's fine. She found it on her system. So I just got to front up the airport and everything should be sweet. So that's the main thing. I'm still not 100% sure why I couldn't get the booking up on my computer, but I've double checked now. And look, I want to go to Bui Vien and check out this t-shirt store. If I'm going to come all the way up here, I might as well do so. This is actually Turtle Lake, and at about 5 o'clock this whole area is totally surrounded by food sellers. It's pretty famous, but I've never really checked it out, even though I've lived in this part of District 3 before. So just got to work out where I'm going to go. I better get my map, Google Maps, so I know exactly which direction to go, but I better just cross the road, get on the other side of there. But
yeah, well, it's a bit funny the way this is set up around here. So anyway, that's a huge relief. You know, I nearly died when I couldn't get the booking and said I couldn't find it and all that sort of. But all I can do is just check and make sure everything's fine before I head off. And yeah, I'm glad I did it today. So better to be safe than sorry. That's the old adage, and I think it's true. So it's good. That gets me out and about anyway. So that's. So look, I think I will check out the t-shirt place because I just think I'm at this. I was planning on doing it at some stage, so I might as well do it today. God, the traffic here is horrendous. Oh, buses, of course. Now the bane of my life, buses and cars. Motorbikes are good, they just go around you. Anyway, I've got to work out which way to go, so I'll get onto my map. Any wonder there's so much air pollution in Saigon. The traffic is just horrendous here compared to... I thought there were lights here. I don't think there are. No, that's alright, I'll go across now. Oh, there are lights, yeah. Yep, that's the idea of the traffic we're looking at. It's pretty bad. It's quite nice here though, because you've got the park. A huge huge building there and parklands. It's quite nice. Yeah, nice part of town. I used to, when I stayed in District 3, I used to walk down here to number 5 bar. It wasn't a bad walk. Although the air pollution's not great. Yeah, well, the only other thing I've got to do on this trip really is go to that bakery that does all the animal-shaped bread. I also probably should still consider doing the barbecue, the Korean barbecue. But I wouldn't be eating that much. I just got to be careful how much food I take in. I'm just very susceptible again. Don't know if I got a bug or whatever, but the old tummy, it's a bit sus. Oh. Hopefully I'll hold out to get to Bui Vien and then I can go back home. Oh, I got this big park here as well. Yeah, it's all familiar stuff down here. Know it backwards. This is new, this railing. When you say new, this is an area I don't go to very often. Last time I stayed in District 1 was a while back. So I just can't, especially in winter, if I do make it back in Feb. Yeah, the pollution's going to be really bad around that time of year. Starts about November, starts picking up badly. I stayed in a place near a road as busy as this, and it was just choking. Even in the morning when I had breakfast, you know, it was an open area, and you could just, the air quality was so crap. So this is Tourist Central, of course, with all the reunification buildings, all that crap. Oh, what's this dude? Oh, shit. I won't take it home. Bloody hell, look at the traffic, it's just insane. Yeah, D7's nice and quiet compared to this. It's an oasis. There's the old tourist. I think it was rebuilt actually. They did a rebuilding of the colonial French building. I think that's a reunification palace. But that's not the original. That'd be something to see, the original one. I think I'm coming up to the place I stayed at. And you can see just constant traffic like this in winter when the conditions were not favourable for cleaning out the air. Oh, it was horrible. I just wonder if it's this one here. Could be. Again, it was a long time ago I was here. So, I don't think it was on the corner. It's not that one. I don't know. It was around here anyway. Well, you never know what you're going to get with a Grab driver. I had a pretty good journey to District 1. I made it worthwhile. I walked back from the Vietjet booking office, and took me 20 minutes or so. It got quite hot and sticky, but I found the 213, the shop 213, which sells all the t-shirts. Very cheap, 90,000 dong each. So you can't complain about the price. Really lovely lady. One of the nicest people I've bumped into here, actually. She even gave me a key ring because I bought 4 t-shirts off her. And she told me there was a Goi Kum seller just a block away. I forgot and got on the grab bike and forgot about it. And, but if I go back there in the next couple of days, I'll check it out. So that was all really good, but the ride back was bizarre because everything was going pretty conventionally until we got down to where one of the shopping malls was. The guy turned off and he decided to do a cook's tour in the back streets of District 7, which is interesting because I hadn't seen it before. And if I'm looking for Goi Kum, I reckon that's another area I could go to. So just go a bit further past the shopping centre, and I reckon I'll hit it. So that's the good news. I think I lost some of my money, which I put in my top pocket, and it's asking for trouble really. So probably might have been a couple $100,000 dong maybe. No big deal. At the end of the trip I completely despair, so but I'll just be more cautious with it. But yeah, I tried to tell him I wanted to park near the supermarket and do the supermarket shop before I went. I didn't expect him to know exactly what I was saying, but I was pointing at everywhere, it's just an indication, stop here, stop here. He just kept driving. He drove all the way down this road, and he's going further away from where I live. And so eventually just had to I told him to go the other way. And he didn't stop near the supermarket, he went straight to my place. So I just couldn't communicate with him. Very odd character. Anyway, he got me here. It's the main thing. That's a fairly long trip, and that cost about 37. So I didn't get a tip out of it because I didn't have all the usual money on my hand. Had to use all my small change, which is a drag. So I'm back to square one. I've got bugger all change, which is not good. Anyway, I'll just get a couple of beers and some potato chips and just won't eat much today. It's my secret to not having problems downstairs. Just got to keep my food consumption very low. See, there's a lack of patience in this country. It's happened a few times where I'm being served by the lady at the checkout, and charming little girl she was too. But while she's doing my change, this guy just comes up to her and sort of demands to have his change, like it has to be immediate for him. And she complies. No one sort of wants to get in a hassle over here. But just wouldn't happen here. People would wait until they've done their business with you before asking for something. What's the great urgency, for God's sake? But it's happened a few times, I've noticed. That's sort of a level of rudeness like that, which is not what we are used to. So anyway, it's been a good day. It started off pretty traumatically once I thought my airline ticket might have been rescinded. The reason I was worried is because I had identity theft last year. I've been concerned that someone might be trying to tap into my online ticket, so I don't take any chances, and I thought, look, I better get this sorted today because I might have to get myself a replacement ticket because it'll also stuff up my connecting flights, so it's like a house of cards. So hopefully the flight will be on time. There won't be any hassles at the airport, and I'll be heading back to Australia via Sydney and pick up some cheap gin. I've got to put that order in too for the gin because $88 for 2 bottles of Quinteri, whatever. I can never get the name right of that damn gin. It's John's fault. He put me on to it, and now I won't be seeing John again probably. He's probably not going to go back to number 5, but it's a bit of a shame. Anyway. Yeah, it's almost 7 o'clock on Monday night. Going to head off to the Speakeasy pub, and just on the off chance there might be someone playing pool. You never know. You'd never know. Might be more chance than on Saturday night. But yeah, give it a go. I actually almost saw an accident there because a guy was backing his bike into the road, and then a car came through. But he was aware of the car, thank God, so he didn't get wiped out. But there's so many potential accidents every hour of the day over here. Although I think their road toll's probably better than Thailand. I think they've probably got one of the worst in the world. Because I think they drive a bit fast, and that's one of the issues. But yeah, I'm glad I had that walk earlier today. I feel better after it. Just a bit of exercise always makes me feel better. So quite happy with that. Very hot when I got back to the room, but gee, I'll tell you what, a couple of Cokes went down well with ice. That was perfect. There's quite a bit of traffic here heading for a Monday night. Okay. The plan tomorrow is maybe go back down to the supermarket and pick up another top. They've picked up a couple of my clothes to be washed. Now hopefully they'll be returned on Wednesday, because I don't want to cut it too fine before I'm leaving. I did try to log in and check out my flight again. Nothing. Just nothing. I can't do it. I can't log on and get those details. So I'm just fingers crossed what that lady told me is right and there's no issue. But I can't access it, which is annoying as hell. But I guess if you go on a budget airline, especially one based over here, you know, your confidence in their software ain't 100%, I guess. Although apparently they've got a very good safety record with the planes, better than Jetstar's. So, I mean, that's a fairly important issue, but yeah, so it looks as though it should be fine. But God, look at the colour scheme over there. Oh, that is super gaudy. Yeah. Oh. I felt better having the far bow earlier today. I mean, about 9 o'clock, fairly late for me. And I was one of the only diners at that hour. Everybody eats earlier. And it does warm up pretty fast, and that's one of the reasons I think people want to get the food into them when it's a bit cooler. Anyway, off to Speakeasy. Fingers crossed there's some pool happening. Wow. Well, I got my ass totally kicked tonight playing pool. They were nice guys. They similar age group to myself, actually, but I'll tell you what, they knew how to play pool. They play in a competition there. It's amalgamation of guys from the tavern and Speakeasy. And they're in a pool competition situation. But they're nice people. They allow me to play, but I embarrass myself. I'm just their level of competence is so much better than mine. Yeah, it's embarrassing. I'm glad. I only played 2 games, and it was confusing too, because the first game was you're playing in pairs, and so it's very hard to get used to the fact that once, like, your partner sunk a ball, then you had to come up and actually pick up from them. So that was a bit of a learning curve for me. And then we switched to just normal player on player, and I drew the short straw for the first game, and yeah, basically it was very one-sided. The only ones I could get in were very early, easy pots, so yeah, it wasn't particularly great night. And like I said, these guys all come with their own cue sticks, and they all wear the stuff for their hands. They've got the gloves, so they're pretty professional about it. So it was nicer than to allow me to play, but yeah, so I feel a little bit embarrassed because I mean they're so good at it that I really had no right to really play against those guys. So, well, they didn't seem to be that pissed off, but it was only 2 games I played, so I didn't take up too much of their time. But yeah, they sound like interesting guys, all expats, loving the lifestyle here. One of them I was speaking to, he was my first partner. He's been here about 17 years, just loves it. Originally from India. I thought he might have been Jamaican, but I'm saying Jamaican or from somewhere in the Caribbean, but he was from India originally. But he just loves it here. So I think he said he was a doctor actually. So yeah. So it's a good night. But I just got to be careful because I would rather play with people at my level of competence, which is a lot lower than those guys. So I just got to be careful with that. So, yeah, they're being polite, but they probably, found it a little galling having to play someone. It's, I did pot a few balls, but yeah, pretty well had made very little impact on the games, unfortunately. But at least I had a go, I suppose. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you think there's anything there of use to you or entertainment or whatever. And either do that or give me a thumbs up, or if you're feeling really energetic, do both. That'd be great. But please don't ignore me. That's the worst thing you can do on YouTube, is be ignored.